Head coach Kevin O'Sullivan, accompanied by players Kobe Halter and Jack Caglione. Coach, we'll open it up with a statement from you, and then we'll have questions for the players.
Well, I thought we were much better today offensively than yesterday, obviously, but we got a lot of production from a lot of different guys in the lineup, which was good to see, and tried to use the short game a little bit more today to kind of get a little bit more offense going. And Nick Pogue was really good, gave us another quality start. Blake came in for an inning, and then obviously we stretched out Ryan there at the end and did a real nice job. And credit Arkansas, they battled right there to the end, and we're one hitter away from getting the time run to the plate. So. Looking forward to playing tomorrow, and hopefully playing a little bit better.
Questions for the players now. Second row.
Carson Cashton, Independent Florida Alligator. Colby, after Arkansas scored those 2 runs there in the top of the 6th, how important was it to rebound there and get 2 runs right back in the bottom of the 6th?
We always talk about that as a team, just picking each other up. And when they go out and score, we want to help our pitcher out as an offense and go out and score and give them the confidence right back to keep throwing strikes and stuff like that. So it's really important.
Kobe, just a couple days ago, we talked to you about just kind of you struggling at the plate and kind of staying with it. And today you had a really explosive day. Just to put together the performance you did, what does that do for you personally?
Yeah, it's obviously a confidence builder for sure. But like I said the other day, I'm just trying to be a good teammate every single day and bring my defense, and the stuff at the plate will come. I know what type of player I am, so it's good.
Kevin Skarbinski with the SEC blog. For both guys, how good was it to see Judd swing the bat the way he did today and produce the way he did today?
It was great. I mean, everybody knows Judd's a great hitter, so seeing him piece balls together like that today is awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. It's good for the team, and Judd's a great guy, so it's good to see it for him too.
Mason Cho at HawgBeat.com. This is for both of you guys. Second time you've seen Connor Nolan this season. First time, it seems like he got the better of you guys this time you got to him. How did you feel, and what were you seeing from him today?
Sure. Yeah, he's a good pitcher. No doubt he's got a really good slider. But kind of our game plan was just see the ball up a little bit and try to take advantage of mistakes. And, you definitely learn from seeing a guy one time earlier in the season. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first time facing him and everything like that. But listening to what Chuck had to say and following what these guys were doing, that was a big help throughout today.
For both of you guys, this was a significantly improved offensive performance compared to the last 2 games. Just what was the conversation like going into the contest, and how does it feel to kind of be able to get back on track offensively?
Yeah, we know what offense, we know what we can do at the plate. We got a bunch of really good bats in the lineup, and baseball's a game you can't overcook it. We've been pretty consistent all year at the plate. And we obviously had 2 games where we didn't score a ton of runs, but we didn't freak out or anything, and kind of just got back to ourselves today. So.
Yeah, just our approaches and everything like that. We were really working on going at bat, per every at bat, making changes when needed.
Again, for both guys, how much can it help when Coach moves the lineup around a little bit? Can that give you kind of a fresh start going into a game?
Sure. I mean, I think a little bit. Sully is good at pushing the right buttons sometimes, and yeah, things like that always work out, I guess.
Yeah, I think Colby hit that one pretty much on the head.
Anything else for the players? All right, thanks, guys. You guys can
Appreciate
step down. Thanks. Questions now for the head coach.
Same question for you, Kevin. What was your thought process in shaking up the lineup a little bit today? And you have to feel good, obviously, that it seemed to help.
Yeah, I think just maybe take a little pressure off, and maybe moving somebody down just a couple spots, move somebody up a couple spots may make a difference. But sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But today it seemed it maybe took a little pressure off some of the hitters, and obviously our approach was better today than it was yesterday.
Over to the left.
What does a performance like this do for you guys? Just after, like you said, it was slower offensively for the first 2 games, and then to kind of break out this way.
Yeah, I think we saw similar pitchers from yesterday and today. Both guys have good breaking balls, and Yesterday, obviously, we didn't see the ball up, and we chased an awful lot. But today, I thought we stayed on our legs better and had some better at-bats. But they're both similar. I mean, they have to rely on their breakup ball, so I thought today was much better, obviously, than yesterday.
Coach, it's been a while since you guys saw Arkansas and Gainesville. It seems like they're a different team now. They're on a really cold streak. I'm curious what you saw from Arkansas today, and just they're struggling a lot. From your perspective, what are you thinking?
I mean, quite honestly, I think everybody goes through stretches, and it's that they don't play their best baseball. But I've known Dave for an awfully long time, obviously, and I would expect them to play their best baseball next weekend. I don't think there's any reason for concern or any. We all go through it. It's not any different. So you just go home and regroup. You go back and look at last year. Mississippi State did not play their best baseball here, and then go on to win a national championship. So you just got to regroup, and they've got a really good team. They've got a long lineup. They've got good pitching. They have an older bullpen for the most part, and Dave will have those guys ready to play next weekend.
Coach, looking ahead to tomorrow, regardless of who you play, using Pogue today, do you have any starters in mind for tomorrow's game?
No, we haven't really discussed it yet. You kind of catch yourself in the ninth there trying to think, okay, if we win this one, who's going to start tomorrow? But then you got to kind of reel yourself back in, because obviously we were one batter away from the time run coming to the plate. So we really haven't given a whole lot of thought quite yet.
Could you expound on Pogue's effectiveness, what he was doing, and then did you roll him out there in the sixth, third time through? Just let's see how much more we can get out of him here.
Yeah, I thought he was throwing the ball really good. Obviously, they ran his pitch count up a little bit. I think he got to about 80 pitches through 5, but he really pitched to both sides of the plate with his fastball today. I thought his changeup was outstanding, both left-handers and right-handers, and that's kind of the equalizer for him against right-handers. You don't see many right-handed pitchers that have the ability to throw right-on-right changeups. His slider was good enough just to throw it just enough to keep him, off balance, but he battled. And you got to remember, he's somebody coming off Tommy John. He's only been 15 months out, so he's not at full strength yet. His velocity will come back as time goes on, but he really pitched really well today.
Coach here, Maria Torres from The Athletic. This may be a better question for Judd, but I'm curious, how have you seen his two-strike approach come along since last summer?
He's been really good for a big part of the year. I got asked that question quite a bit throughout the year, that his strikeout to walk ratio had improved immensely. It's just, he's just got into a little bit of a situation where he's had a couple weeks where he struggled a little bit, but, my message to him would be, he just came off a day where he got 2 hits, looked a lot more comfortable at the plate, and build off of that, and try to stay as positive as he possibly can. But he's been really good for a good part of the year, like I said, and he's made tremendous strides that way. But like I said, it's just been a tough couple weeks for him, but it was good to see him get a couple hits today.
What do you think contributed to that performance today?
I don't know, quite honestly. He didn't miss a couple breaking balls that are up in the zone, and he stayed in his legs. He swung at strikes and took balls. For the most part, it's really that simple. But he got some pitches to handle up in his zone and kept the ball fair. I think yesterday all of our guys were getting around the ball, pulling balls foul and not staying in the middle of the field. But he hit 2 balls, kept them fair, and hit them hard.
Any more questions for? Gotcha, Kevin.
Yeah, one more, Kevin. The first couple of days, pitching really dominated, game in, game out, and we've seen the bats really start to wake up. And I know every game's different, every at-bat's different. Is there a common thread there? Why we're seeing balls fly out of the park, we're seeing a lot more runs scored.
Yeah, I think it's like Sundays in our league. You get to the third starter, and maybe the bullpens are not as deep, and you'll probably see some more high-scoring games, today and tomorrow. This league's really tough on Fridays and Saturdays, and even now on Sundays. There's a lot of depth, but there's been some injuries in our league, on the mound especially. But, we're no different than anybody else. Ryan obviously got extended today, so he won't be available for the rest of the weekend. So now you got to go to guys that may not have pitched as much, or freshmen that, this is a big stage for them. So I think It's a matter of getting to your third or fourth starter, and maybe you start your midweek pitcher, and you got your bullpen's not quite as deep. You don't have your closer, like for us, we don't have Brian at the end of the game now, so somebody else got to step up. So I would imagine that there's going to be some more high-scoring games as we move along in the tournament, for sure.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thank you.